Zangpo.
Kamrimo.
Chajalo.
Namaste.
Hello and welcome to the Sikkim podcast brought to you by Summit Times. I'm Chiringiden.
I'm Pema.
Oh, I'm Uttam.
And today we don't really have a proper plan of topics to discuss. So we are just bringing it today.
All the pronunciation.
Because there's so much has been happening, and we couldn't record the discussions earlier also because those video discussions had been recorded, and then we were like caught up with the anniversary celebration.
Oh yeah, and
Summit
congratulations
Times.
to Summit Times.
Yeah, Summit
on completing
Times.
3 years.
So today we will just try and think of some topics that we can come up with and discuss that. So first off, as is always the case nowadays, the Chief Minister is always in news. So
He's been keeping a very busy schedule also. Remember last week, almost every day there was some event
Something
or the other that he
yeah.
was attending. Yeah, so a lot of speeches.
Yeah, so we'll start off with the Poklok Kamrang address that he had given some days ago, where he had announced that he will be giving up the post of president of Sikkim Krantikari Morcha, and that
After the by-elections.
And what does that mean?
Oh, because I remember in a public meeting before the budget session, he had said that after the budget session, the party CEC will be meeting and deciding which of the two posts he will retain, the party president or chief minister. And we had a lot of speculations on that, right?
Yeah.
And I personally think, okay, one man, one post, the SKM might have it in its constitution and everything like that. But I think this whole decision is more being forced by the pending case in the Supreme Court. And my belief was that it will be what the court decides that will decide what the next step would be for Mr. PS Tamang. And if the court decides that he cannot contest elections and he's not qualified to be the CM, then obviously he'll retain the president's post. Otherwise, if someone was given a pure choice between remaining a party president or chief minister, I'm sure they'll pick chief minister, right? Because not for any, let's just keep our pessimism aside, that is also the post in which you can actually undertake policy decisions and carry them out if you want to work for the people. When you're the party president, your circle of influence is limited to your party and its party workers.
No, does that also mean that he will be contesting the by-elections?
That is the signal that we get, right?
Yeah.
The signal we get is that maybe some indication has come that he is getting some relaxation from somewhere to be able to contest the elections. And if he can contest the elections, then of course he can remain the CM. What do you think?
Yeah, obviously, indication might be favorable for him, thinking okay, if he gets a positive thing, so he'll stick to CM rather than being a president of his party. So that way, I guess they might be thinking on that angle, the timing. But I think the entire plot will depend on what Supreme Court
or the Election Commission of India.
Yeah.
Because Supreme Court case is one thing. If Election Commission gives him a relaxation, then that Supreme Court case just falls through. Although as an academic exercise, you would want the Supreme Court to decide on, until the Election Commission relaxation came, was it a proper decision?
But the thing is, one interesting thing is they have already given up 3 constitution.
2 and 1 SDF.
Yeah. 3. I mean 3 out of all these 3. So for these 3, 2 are BL, and 1 is general. Okay. Supposing if you look at this calculation, supposing if Golay has to contest, so what would be?
I think
no.
I think then there will be I think there will be 4 by-elections then. Because what Mr. Tamang also said is that if he becomes an MLA, his son will resign, right? So I think the deal is, I think what he is calculating at it is that if he can contest elections, then Aditya Golay will resign, and he will contest from Soreng Chakung, which has been his traditional seat anyways. I have a feeling, right?
Yeah, Mr. Golay had announced again a few days back in during the Jan Unmukti Divas. No, he announced that he will be if he becomes an MLA, his son will not be an MLA. Will resign from MLA post because he does not want his family.
Yeah, but I don't really buy that argument because
whatever.
he's the chief minister, his son is the MLA, right? So that if he has problems with that arrangement,
The
it
one
already
side-
already exists.
Yeah, one side is saying he doesn't want his family to be involved in politics, and the other side is saying the other thing is saying like I don't want my son to be like ex-CM because I'm doing all this gender. So what does it mean? Like one side is saying no, won't be something like ex ka, but he'll be more engaged with the public,
Which is politics.
So whether being MLA or being a social
No,
worker.
wait, so that again. Wait, I was thinking, why did he make him an MLA in the first? I mean, not an MLA, but why did he make him a candidate in the first place if he did not want his son?
Because we could all be reading it wrong. I mean, it is very possible that there might be this whole camp in SKM which then starts pressurizing the party, showing show of strength, saying that Aditya Golay is a popular MLA, that he should continue. Because if in that scenario, what I think is one of these people who jumped over to SDF, on the two MLAs, as of right now, GT Dhungel or Yam Prasad, whatever. I think what will happen then, and I think it will be more GT Dhungel because it's closer to Gangtok, his constituency. So what will happen then is, because they cannot join SKM officially, these people, one of them will resign, which will mean that there will be by-elections. So they end up they'll end up with an extra constituency. I think politically for SKM that makes sense because then they'll be stealing another constituency away from SDF. And given the numbers right now, then they'll become 18, no?
Wow.
Yeah. I just hope, but that's how you have to play politics, right?
यस्तो सोचेको थियो तपाईँले उत्तम दाजु मैले त सोचेकै थिइनँ
No, सोचेको नसोचेको त चाहिँ I don't know because since last 2014 I mean सबै कुरा त is on speculation. We are thinking of this, we are thinking of can you calculate what if like the whole scenario like 6 months may you have to like step down and contest. SDF Delhi camp बनाएर चाहिँ drag on let that election come हैन go the step down, then that election conduct भइसकेर चाहिँ then after that चाहिँ Supreme Court might like come up with a verdict saying कि no he can't, okay he can भनेर चाहिँ what if like if the 6 month जुन चाहिँ त्यो deadline छ if it pass हैन that means क्या उसका बाद भी after by again he lacks one of them to step down and go like contest again there will be re-election.
That's not a problem. By-elections can be held anytime.
वो तो कर सकता है.
By-elections can be held anytime, and like I'm also thinking strategically, right? If I'm SKM, then will I want a sitting MLA to step down because my numbers don't change, right? So if a by-election has to be held, then this can be my pound of flesh. I will tell these two turncoats
but anyway
that if you want to prove that you are on our side, then resign your post, free that seat for SKM. My numbers in the assembly grow. I mean, politically strategizing that makes sense.
but उनका recognition, what if the president doesn't accept? Say president means
speaker.
SDF का.
No, speaker. They'll have to resign their MLA post. They don't have to resign from the party. See, party will not accept the resignation because then they are free agents, right? And they can go anywhere. So, but they are MLAs. They can resign to the speaker, right? MLA ka post you resign to the speaker, not your party president or anyone like that. So they'll resign to their legislator from their seat, which the speaker, and you think the speaker will not accept the resignation, please?
No, isn't that more probable what you're saying? Because वो लोग these two SDF MLAs रह के भी क्या करेंगे?
They'll be supporting, they're still supporting SKM, right? They'll be voting in favor of SKM anyways. And there is no law which says that a person from another party cannot become a minister or a chairperson.
No, not like that. But since like they cannot officially change parties, no? So...
Yeah. Politically it makes sense for you because they're not in your party. They can, just like they switch so easily to SKM, they could switch as easily back to SDF as well, right? If you don't formalize their alliance. And since you can't formalize the alliance, the best option is to make them resign and get an SKM candidate there.
But for any candidate, whether being an MLA or not MLA, but first resignation he has to tender is to his party.
No,
Na?
that is when you resign, when you're leaving the party. They're not leaving the party, they're leaving the assembly. So when you're leaving the assembly, that's what happened in Karnataka. They did not resign to their party, right? They all claimed that we are still congressmen and but we are resigning from the MLA's post. So that's how it works. So I think it'll be, politically that makes more sense.
And SDF, yeah, we could talk about SDF also.
What's happened to it?
What's happened?
Oh, why nothing is happening to it?
All the speculation surrounding SDF as well.
Yeah.
So what we've heard is that the party president, Mr. Pawan Chamling, is just waiting for people, those who want to move over to another, because you heard that a batch of, these are all speculations, disclaimer. So we've heard that a group of SDF MLAs are also planning to move to BJP, right? We are not sure. Speculation.
I think that kind of because that was making the rounds, that a majority of, and that's something that I think even the two MLAs have said on record or off the record or whatever, that they could not bring themselves to go to BJP, so they went to SKM.
Yeah.
As if it was required that they go somewhere and you can't stay in SDF. Anyways, and that rumor was always circulating, and when these people went and met Ram Madhav in Delhi, Ram Madhav is the Northeast in charge, I think, of BJP, so that led to, that further confirmed the speculations that they might be wanting to join.
Yeah.
But they've not joined yet. They have the numbers, right? There are enough of them to actually leave SDF and join BJP without attracting anti-defection laws.
Yeah.
And BJP, we know, loves to come into the assembly through these kind of deals. So it's not as if BJP would be resisting their overtures either. So I think as of right now, it's too early to say. Maybe they just want to tell BJP that we are supporting you, and I don't know.
Because supporting boys too, even this current government also.
No, current government is a part of the NDA, just like the previous government was, right? So out here, which is a repeat of the last term, right? In the last term also, SDF was supporting NDA in the center. SKM was also with BJP, and HSP was also with BJP for a long while, right?
No, supposing if you into speculation, like SDF joining hands with BJP, or they want to switch over to BJP. What if, if you look back 2-3 elections before, like Bhandari leaving his party from SP, Sangram, then joining to Congress.
Not leaving, he merged Sangram.
Okay, he merged Sangram.
Which was not officially done, but still.
Yeah, whatever. He went to Congress. Then that, then that election made strong way chala ke, like this time Congress
2004.
TNA made that result. There was a strong kind of thing where Congress would this time जीतेगा means कुछ फर्क करेगा, but when the result came there was like zero, na? So won't that calculation would backfire SDF leaving Chamling single kind of thing where people have that person saying ki एक तो 370
Right now, it's not a popular decision to go with BJP. For whatever social media might say and whatever the sold out media might say, it is not if you believe in democracy and ideas of the constitution, BJP is not the party you run to. Look at what is frustrating right now is, we know, right, that all state regional parties will kind of go towards whoever is in power in Delhi. Sikkim has made itself so unique that not just the ruling party, but the opposition party and anyone else who's forming a party wants to be seen with BJP. That is almost shameful, I would say.
Yeah.
Right? At least.
And interestingly, before the elections, SDF was kind of standing up to BJP, right?
Yeah, SDF was standing up to BJP. SKM ditched BJP. Right? Yeah. So BJP was like a hot potato, like nobody wanted to be seen too close to, clearly, right? And now immediately after elections, suddenly they become best friends. Because both, मेरे को भी दोस्त बनना है.
Yeah, because it's 2019 election, leave away Golay or something. The whole, the idea of this, election was conduct. Keep people want change, परिवर्तन. Not thinking कि Golay or SKM or SDF or whatever. The only alternative was SKM, like BJP, Congress, or
not serious.
Yeah, not serious. So my thought is, for whatever reason, for last few months after the election, we didn't see, I mean, like, apart from one day, I mean, CM when he came from, I mean, ex-CM when he came from Namchi, he had this party meeting by saying, ki, like, vote share, itna hum log ka zyada tha, we have stayed with you, this thing. But apart from that, you have only one or two spokesperson, press conference garcha gare. No time within this election to आज तक any serious kind of thing like groundwork के कुछ हामीले देख्यो where we heard of
that SDF is doing
even in social media around, there was nothing so serious, and that was like something out thing. And other side also, if you look at SKM businesses and USS and like what you told, I didn't see anything extraordinary.
Extraordinary, even ordinary we didn't see from SDF this time.
SDF, no.
He's talking about SDF. SDF has completely lost.
No, he's talking about...
SDF is completely lost, okay.
He's talking about SKM.
Oh, okay.
Now when you come towards the SKM part also, like, abhi tak to, like, the changes, department ka name became easier, right? So apart from all that thing, nothing like extraordinary or ordinary, what you said, like, I'm like, ke dekhina thal sakदैन. So my thought and my thing is rather like this SDF doing all this BJP go, like whether to go no switch over that to MLA staying back, why would say a person like Chamling for 25 years, being a CM, a longest serving CM or whatever, would within a span of 3-4 months after
2.5
months would take that as such a risky decision. He might also think, chalo, supposing 6 months no bhayeni, we'll wait for 5 years, because so
risky
ultimately
decision? What risky decision?
In a way, like joining hand with BJP, completely merging after regional party for.
But they're denying it.
No.
At all official levels,
I'm talking about speculation.
Speculation में भी क्या है कि MLAs are joining BJP, Chamling is not joining.
No, what I mean is that, like, Abhi Chamling ka calculation for 25 years when he rules so much, he still might have saying ki, okay, 6 months mein agar by probably we are speculating saying this calculation. I don't know what will happen. What usko dimag mein kya chal raha hai wo hum log ko malum nahi hai. Supposing if it today आज को date में if you think okay ये by poll ni SKM ले sweep over गरे because the government in power, so that thing. But at least he has another 5 years where he can play with the people saying ki you want to change, ke bhayo. You want to change, you bhayo.
Yeah, exactly.
So my question is, instead of going all the speculation, the BJP big with all this 370 or some speculation, at least are boiling point bhaisakeko cha हैन. I mean, you never can trust Amit Shah and Modi ko juri हैन. He might say in parliament ke 371 में कुछ भी नहीं होगा, ABCD we won't touch anything. But who knows?
Of course, who knows? I mean, their position on uniqueness is very clear, right? Therefore, like with this one broad stroke India that suits their version, vegetarians and Modi Bhakts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really can't understand why SDF has gone so.
And the other thing, like, when you look at Sikkim, now what you said, a few minutes back, is ruling opposition, everyone is like BJP ko support.
That for me is a worry, because that what it tells me is that our politicians are so compromised. Like they've got so much to be fearful of that the moment there is this big brother strong leader in Delhi, they just don't want to upset them.
Yeah.
You don't want that, right? I mean, there are people who stood up to these people, right? I mean, Mamta ke against CBI, VBI, kya laga ke kiya, but she's still standing up.
That ye to ekdam ramro example. Like at least if you look at that neighborhood, Mamta at least assistance
on every point, right? On every point she'll disagree, every point she'll challenge.
Yeah, to like every
I think that is spineless. No, because what makes you spineless is how compromised you are.
So it should be like the American system, no, where they have to have a clean slate when they are running for.
Very funny.
And the only one thing for central, the only one thing for central government to put their attention in Sikkim is when this Doklam Saklam ka kuch tamasha ho gaya. Tabhi like they are like Sikkim ko
road banao, landslide clear karo,
truck that जो लैंडस्लाइड है सब क्लियर करो दिस अदर देन दैट चाहिँ अब सब तो वहाँ पे दौड़ रहे हैं ना लाइक वी आर सपोर्टर दिस सपोर्ट इवन आई एम लाइक देयर सपोर्टर है ना सबै जनता
You are also so.
no what I mean to say like
Yeah, I'm sure Uttam also had like in his Facebook post Uttam Chaukidar.
No, but it's very sad that SDF has just disintegrated. Or we don't know. What we've heard, another speculation is that Chamling is just waiting for everybody to go wherever they want, and then he
Rebuild.
will whatever.
So
I mean, he has the credentials to do that. I mean, he's done that in the past. But my point is like, doesn't make sense. The delays, right? Till the time these guys have jumped ship, like don't get angry or upset with them. That's politics.
Yeah.
It's obviously his fault that he picked.
Personal message to Chamling.
I know. I mean, it's his fault that he picked such leaders for the party tickets. So you got to live with that thing. But you got to, in the public domain. In the public domain, you got to build this whole narrative that here I am, here is SDF, and we are trying to do something. Now the people make sure that your elected representatives and MLAs stay the course.
I know.
Instead of you staying the course. I mean, बहुत हो गया. 25 साल में you kind of remote controlled everything.
Yeah.
Now is the time to see if any you can inspire
Even
someone.
these wrong candidate choices we were discussing last time, no? Some of the choices that SDF made, like how they would probably not have switched over to SKM so soon.
Yeah.
If
there had been like long-term hardcore SDF grassroots leaders, but then that is also the problem with SDF. There are no genuine grassroots leaders because even at the grassroots and the ward level, there were like these hand-picked people, favorites of whoever was above them in the hierarchy. So we've seen that, right? Entire CLCs are joining SKM.
Just name to name.
Panchayats are joining SKM.
Like Ashish and Lamta, they might not have switched over to SKM.
They might have won them 2 extra seats.
Yeah.
And
no, that's
tables would have turned with that.
Whatever the calculation that we thought and they the result declare गरिसक्यो. अब in 2014 when this 10 SKM 10 was running, 7 of them switched over. Still there was like 2 posts guarded by 2 MLA who kept on doing all the tamasas. At least if you look at that scenario, SDF को तो at least चलो 2 भी minus करने से कितना हो रहा है? 11 13 में 2 minus करने से 11 still
15 में 2 minus
15 से 2 13 हो.
No, 2 तो they gave up है ना.
So there is a chance. Okay, as of right now.
11 में also what don't you think it's still
a big number?
I mean, if you look at Sikkim that election का history, I think this is one of the strongest and largest opposition.
Yeah. I know, very good point.
Yeah, and that is what has been wasted.
Yes, I mean, we should not, I don't want to write them off. Like, they can still come back, the opposition.
Yeah.
With 11
Nothing has been signed yet. So.
Now, if they're going to like...
No, but that is what the opposition does. You mentioned those 2 MLAs who stayed back SKM and gave enough headache to SDF government, right?
Yeah.
Before that, remember when Chiring Lama was the only opposition MLA? He was the Sangha MLA. Sangha is the smallest constituency. He probably was voted into office by 2,000 votes or something. But for 5 terms, for 5 years, for 5 years, naak mein dam karke rakha na. Right? So even, and when, for instance, when Chamling broke away from Sangram also, he was one guy. They had 31. He was one guy. So like, the numbers really don't matter so long as you know what your job is and you're committed to it.
No, because...
And here you were given the numbers.
Yeah.
No. Even turn by turn bolne se bhi...
Acharya, Chiring Lama and like you said, I think those time kya hoga, but the thing is, अब 2014 से when this social media इतना strong हो गया, every like बंदे जो move जो like सड़क में आ जाता है, दिस तमाशा करता है, it's getting highlighted, इतना comments आता है. So मेरा वही कहने का मतलब है कि when इतना 2 आदमी ने कर सका, at least with this 11 candidate कुछ तमाशा करो, कुछ social narrative में, at least people का perception ये हो कि okay, one thing with this SKM coming to the power was parivartan, that's a single word. Can tomorrow, I mean the opposition, ये तमाशा करके then create a what do you call it in this perception in the people's mind कि this was your parivartan, कुछ extra क्या किया?
Of course, you have to just take control of the narrative, right? I mean that's what you do as politicians.
अगर ऐसे ही हुआ then let this 2 political party come to Palja Stadium, jersey लगा के football खेलो. It's as simple as it is.
It's
I mean, you don't want to lose. One thing is like with this politician, you don't want to lose. Number one, supposing आप जीत के भी your government doesn't form, then आप कुछ काम ही करेंगे. I think public वो होना चाहिए ना बहुत, like in US में जो Republican that
public debates.
Yeah, where they question.
Yeah, both will say 371F has to be protected. Locals have to be protected. That's all they'll say.
Like there is hardly any difference actually. No,
There is no difference.
No. What I mean is after election, why you all are like hibernate just to one, isn't it? Like 8 months or something.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I'm surprised and shocked and disappointed.
And after like 2-3 months, आपको दिमाग में आ गया कि no, we have to go as for any reason of personal reason of theirs. आगे के then you come in जनता से मेरे जनताले पठाको I have to be answerable, like ना. I mean that's one of the like
yeah. उल्लू बना देगा लास्ट में
public
जनता
को
कोई
ना उल्लू नहीं है ना बहुत अभी. Like
लोग उल्लू ही होते हैं. I mean if you sourcing your information from WhatsApp groups,
yeah,
you deserve it also, I guess.
I think education में तो I think it's like improve है ना. People going outside.
When has education ever been, especially हमारे देश का education?
Even if you have the दिमाग, आप जो बोल रहे हो उल्लू नहीं है. Choices क्या है ना? Choices वही.
So you come to election, you get a ticket, है ना? Thinking कि you have no choice. If you win but your government doesn't make it, then you हनुमान छल लगाओ to other party.
हनुमान क्यों बदनाम
and नहीं, you take that what you call jump. Yeah, thousand.
No, that is something that
that has been
people should like.
No, that's what I mean.
Voice
like,
their.
Yeah, I mean like अभी तो एजुकेशन भी काफी हो गया ना. People go outside study, they know politics है ना. First time voter especially बेसी थी, youth voter में बेसी थे. But at least the person, for me as a voter, I when I vote, I don't think, of course, like I think कि मेरे the candidate जीतनु पर्छ भनेर. But supposing it doesn't make it, doesn't mean कि साला हार्यो छोड़ दियो excuse भनेर. He has to.
Yeah.
No, but again, इसमें the thing is, party or candidate, that debate is again there. No, some people even if they don't like the candidate, they will vote for the party.
But at least election में तो नोटा है ना boss.
That changed this time.
नोटा तो है. I mean, if you don't like this,
it doesn't make any difference. No, nota doesn't make any difference.
And फिर लोग भूल भी जाते हैं, बहुत जल्दी भूल जाते हैं.
Yeah.
This G.T. Dungal has whatever he has done. Next election, no, he will, if he contests and people पता नहीं पैसा फेंक देगा. People forget what he had done before and like whatever he can.
Everybody keeps talking about G.T. Dungal. There is Yam Prasad.
Prasad also. Sorry, you're not Yam.
Whatever.
Prasad. No, these two people.
Inconsequential there. We don't even remember their names.
No, वही होता है ना. They'll then switch over to SDF, come back to SKM. Who cares, yeah? And like, who cares? Nahi, people forget is what I'm saying.
What happens is a lot of, just like a lot of people who want to become political leaders, these ambitions, like government से retire हो गए तो politics भी strike करते हैं types जो लोग होते हैं. It's a gamble they take, right? I think a lot of voters also play this gamble. Will I vote for the party that wins? Or a lot of people, it's there in their mind also. Will I back the winning candidate or whatever? So if that is how you're going to approach elections, then you want your MLA, even if he's in the party that did not form the government, to jump to the government so that you also get some benefits out of it, no?
Yeah, actually.
There is that also.
I think my thinking of this Sikkim election politics is because it is one or it's X versus Y. There's no like Z or A, B, C, D. Like
it's always been head to head, two parties.
Yeah.
It's for a long time it's been like that, except in '94. In '94 it was like Congress was a factor, Sangram was a factor, and SDF was also in the play. Beyond that, there's never been a time when there's been a three-cornered race, because that will make it crazy. A three-cornered race will make it crazy. This time the third parties, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh parties were essentially in the game as will they get more votes than the winning margin. But they were not kingmakers, yeah, so that was there. And it's such a small place, it's such a small electorate. How many people do you think, how many parties can, like one constituency is 20,000 voters. Three party to like, मुश्किल हो गया.
वो तो ठीक है ना, बहुत like small place, limited seat and this thing. But the thing is, अब public को voters को
options
5-6 घंटा लाइन में खड़ा होके बिना पानी का बिना कि making him stand all the day, doing nothing, voting, and you see ऐसा तमाशा हो.
What did you elect?
No. Yeah, I mean, no. Instead of that, you boycott the entire election saying, अरे इसको करो, उसको करो, दोनों एक जंप करना ही है.
No, because Tadung also, I remember election time में कितना वो हुआ था ना problem for voting
The
day में.
lines and that is the role that STF should be playing now, making a noise out of everything.
Yeah. Thank you very much for listening to our bakwas and keep listening. And Uttam Dad is already gotten up to leave.
Yeah, he's like running late.